Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. We're grateful for your service and your willingness to help out. Ms. Millard, do you want to speak too? Or?
Yeah, you know.
And please give us your name and address.
So Melanie Millard, 9811 Spanish House Drive. So I'm a wife of Bill, and I'm really grateful he picked up this letter, tried to help the people of Ukraine when I was grew up. And, you know, you all see the news, and I don't need the news because I speak to my friends and my relatives every day, and lots of people getting shot and killed, and they lost everything, and kids died in the shelters, dehydrated and hungry, and I don't want to tell you all the scariest stories, but I'll be knocking on any door I can to help him. So please help us somehow, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Budowski?
Hello, Walter Derek Budowski. I live at 8605 Northwest 35th Court in Coral Springs. I'm a member of the VFW in Lake Park, Florida. We have the only riders group in the district, so we work throughout the whole area. We we participate in all the different parades throughout the county, Veterans Day and whatnot, and we are directly helping out in this case. Of course, it means a lot to us because Bill's a member, but as well, just being veterans of foreign wars, all our membership sees what's going on and have been through this, and many have been in these places around the world to help stop things like this from happening. So it really hits hard to heart with our community, and hence we are doing everything we can do to help. We are going to, just to give a few extra things, like one of the big things that we're trying to do is raise money for, like you said, helping the agriculture community. Like you mentioned, like their trucks are breaking down, their tractors are breaking down, and because of supply chain issues globally to begin with, and then add on trying to get supplies into a war zone, trying to get somebody a replacement transmission or whatnot is where they're running into problems. And just some little facts that I've researched before tonight. For instance, 70% of Ukraine is agricultural. They actually hold 25% of the world's plantable soil. So when you think about it, of black soil, that is 20% of the world's black soil. This is not something that it's going to affect food distribution worldwide very soon, and you've already seen it in the grocery stores, as you probably are aware. So it's something that has to be done and brought to light that you're not seeing in the news so much. You know, you're seeing the guy with the tractor towing a tank down the road, but you're not realizing that's just the one case out of the 300 tractors in that area. That might be the only, one working, and they just had to get the tank out of the area. So there's a lot of help needed where, like I said, people don't see it. So having direct connections to the community over there, we're trying to fill these gaps. So any support the council and the city in general can give us for that day would help. And then that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Budowski, and thank you for your service. Thank you. T.J. Morgan, welcome.
Okay, gotta get this down to my height here. Okay, T.J. Morgan, 9430 Aegean Drive in Boca. I actually wasn't necessarily planning on speaking tonight, just coming to support Bill and Milena mostly. Milena Millard is my best friend, and I feel they're more like family. And so anything that they do, I will get behind because I know them to be of genuine character. They're there for you without question, if you ever need. But beyond that, when I saw what happened, as the moments were breaking out in Ukraine, and I'm calling Milena and trying to see what's going on with her family, and I'm hearing the cries and the tears and the frustration, all the emotions that you can't even humanly process, hearing her express everything through the phone, it was almost too much for me to handle. And it's like, okay, how do I help? What do I do? And because I've watched them around the clock, night and day, giving every fiber of their being to help this. And and I'm asking, what can I do? How can I help? Let me know. And and speaking to the agricultural aspect, that's kind of a personal heart to me because I'm originally from Oklahoma. And so, that Midwestern agricultural roots run deep because my father is a sod farmer himself. And so there was a specific issue that they needed a part for a farmer to be able to plant seeds. So she's calling me, hey, is there any way, do you know? And I'm like, I called my dad. Here he is, 76, 77 years old in Oklahoma, calling out all of his distributors and all of his mechanics and everything else, trying to find this part, and all of these different working individuals in these different parts in different states and this and that, and reaching out to different countries, by a little Oklahoma sod farmer, just because these people are in need. So it's just like, when you put it into context, we're all one as this world. And, more so my concern, and I guess beyond the fact that I know them personally, so I know someone who's affected personally, we realize if we're sitting here, history is repeating itself, unfortunately. So if there's one thing that we know and we're supposed to learn from history is how to stop it before it completely does repeat itself in very negative ways. And so my concern goes beyond just helping my friends because they're invested in realizing, you know what, if we don't help stop evil by providing and helping good people across in different lands, it eventually is going to come onto our, into our neighborhood, into our soul. And who's going to help us, And while we can, we should help. And that's really kind of all I have to say on that. So support the concert, and by giving money or helping. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Next card is from Dr. Riley, and then anyone else who wishes to speak will conclude public requests, although I think Dr. Riley? Yes. I couldn't see you for a second. Thank you.
There's been a lot of emotion and a lot of things going on tonight, but I'm going to talk about Touch a Truck.
Great. And if you would, please just click closer to the
I'm
mic
sorry,
and give your name and address.
Yeah. My name is Susan Riley, Dr. Susan Riley, and I'm a member of the library board. And I am here tonight to say
And your address,
that,
please. I'm sorry. I know it's...
Okay, 900
Yeah.
Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton. And last week, okay, I'm going to make this really fast. Last week was National Library Week, and the Boca Raton libraries are open again. They are open, and they had the Touch a Truck extravaganza just a week ago. And I want you to know that 6,000 people came to Touch a Truck. Kids love to get on those fire engines. It was a huge success, and the librarians are just thrilled with this. And I want to tell you about two other things, and then I will go away. Needed to mention that Touch a Truck is done with all the different departments in city government. Great success. And there's another thing that the library is doing with the Department of Sustainability, and they're doing it this spring, and it's called the New Seed Library. And there are going to be books to read about seeds and growing plants, and stories about farmers and growing plants. And then the librarians are going to give the children seeds to take home and grow at their house or in their apartment. So that's another great thing now that the libraries are open again. And finally, the summer reading program. Lots of things are planned for after school ends, and the theme this year is Ocean of Possibility, and that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you, Dr. Riley, for saying it with enthusiasm. We appreciate it. Yes, welcome. And glad to see a younger group of students here. Welcome. Please come back often.
Joseph Guzzi, 19320 Carolina Circle. Thank you, Council. My name is Joseph Guzzi, and I'm a part of a fraternity here at FAU. I stand here today in support of on-campus fraternity and sorority housing. In 1989, John Marcus wrote an article in the South Florida Sun-Sentinel about this topic. And 33 years later, there is no on-campus housing for FAU Greek life. Instead, Greeks have to find other places to live. Fraternity and sorority members rent out houses in residential neighborhoods with diverse age ranges. This mixing of 20-year-olds, families, and retirees is not the best we can do as a community. Giving an on-campus option for these Greek members would encourage congregation of students on campus. This model that I'm describing works. How do I know that? Because the school uses the same model for FAU tailgates. Students congregating on campus in that manner mean quieter neighborhoods on game days and greater student enjoyment. FAU is a great school, and Boca Raton is a great city, and I believe this model would be beneficial to both. I'm optimistic for the future of this model, and I look forward to seeing what could be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guzzi. Anyone else wishing to speak? Please come forward.
Are we able to ask questions?
You can. You can ask some questions. Normally, we wait until everyone's spoken, and we try to answer the questions we can. We can't necessarily, some people ask a lot of questions that are just we can't answer. But go ahead, please give your name and address, and we'll see. We'll
My
happy
name
to hear you.
is Deanna Mancuso. I have two Boca addresses because I live on campus, but my family also lives in Boca. So I'll just say my school address is 980 North University Drive, Boca Raton. I'm an FAU student as well. I was just recently elected to serve as the Boca Raton campus governor for Florida Atlantic University. I guess this is a really serious issue for FAU Greek life, and it would obviously help Florida Atlantic University as a whole to just get more students to be excited about attending the university, as it's obviously been home to me and every student that's in there right now. My question is how, is this a city issue or a county issue, and how could it get furthered?
That's a short question, short answer. On campus is an FAU issue, but at the end, I think we'll have some discussion about some of the things we're talking about for the university areas.
Okay. So, okay, that was
Okay.
it.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Mr. Mayor, can I just get some clarity? Maybe you can answer since you're up here. I just need you to repeat what the ask is of the city. I'm not quite sure I understood that.
Basically, just because as a member of student government and Greek life as well, I get so many answers from random sources about where the root of the issue is. So some people say it's a county issue, some people say it's an FAU issue, but our student involvement, adult advisors that advise students, say that it has been approved by Florida Atlantic University. So it's just very confusing.
But I think I'm not clear on what has been, I missed the point of exactly what you're
Are you
asking.
looking for on-campus Greek life housing?
Yes.
You're
Okay.
asking us for on-campus Greek life housing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And that is an
wasn't clear on
FAU
that.
issue. So,
Okay.
Mr. Guzzi, we only allow one bite at the apple, but hang around. You've been here this long. We can certainly talk. Thank you, Governor Mancuso. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Please come forward. Your name and address, please, and welcome.
Hi, Council. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Address 5060 Davie Road, Davie, Florida 33314.
And your name, sir?
Michelangelo Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr.
I don't
Hamilton.
know if it's too close. Long meeting, I will definitely say, I want to thank you guys for, putting, listening to the issue at hand. And I'm a senior, go Owls, go Florida Atlantic, and just wanted to say that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Anyone else wishing to speak? No, it's all right. Thank you, though, sir. Only one bite of the apple, sir. Yeah. Welcome.
Alan Julian, 6009 Sand Hill Crane Drive. This is my first time here at a council meeting. There were so many issues today, but I learned a lot of experience from seeing how you guys fix the issues. I heard this family talk about their issues in Ukraine, and I support them fully, and I hope they get all the support they need. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? One last call for public request. All right, well, we'll close the time for public request. First, thank you all for being here. Glory to Ukraine, and thank you for your advocacy on behalf of the people who are facing war and terror that we can hardly imagine. Let me start with the bad news and then start with some good news. The challenging news, I would say, is that we have certain processes because you can imagine we get lots of requests. We have lots of nonprofits who seek money from us, lots of nonprofits who rent the amphitheater. As I explained to you beforehand, we have a nonprofit grant funding process that's once a year. It would not help before May 21. We also offer a nonprofit rate, which I think from what